Word, son. What it do, YouTube? It's your boy, Jedi. All right, man, before we get into this video, make sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word spread links because you know how I do. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload. Without further ado, let's get up into it. All right, man, so as you can see, I felt like going back to revisit some of the old NCAAs, man. Start with NCAA 07. Now, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I never got the chance to play NCAA 07 on the 360 at the time when 360 had just first came out. So this is literally like my first time ever checking out NCAA 07 on 360 because I actually got a 360, like I think it's the Elite console or something like that. Whichever one that they came out with before they stopped making them, that's the one that I got. So I went on ahead and pretty much picked up all the NCAAs I never got to check out, or at least this one. So what I want to do, man, I want to revisit this NCAA, man, and just really see exactly what it had going, because the PS2 version of NCAA that I had, I want to say, I don't want to say it's night and day, but it's just more or less of like, you know, they were on a different engine per se. And it helped me because in order for me to kind of better accept this game and absorb how it is and just pretty much just understand that this is just what it is for that time being, I went in there with a clear mind. I went in there with the whole idea that, you know, this is NCAA 07 from this generation console. Don't expect nothing too much, because if you keep relating it, or if you stay in that mindset of only the newer age footballs, you're going to get frustrated with it. So this is me literally just going back to revisiting NCAA 07. But first things first, when I logged in, or I hit the start button, you know, this game, for it to be on 360 at that time, I noticed how, dare I say, bare bones it is. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, you got your practice mode, you got the online mode. We didn't get mascot mashup until later on. I'm not sure when we got that, but as you can see, we got the mini games and stuff like that. That was maybe just 2 or 3 of those mini games. Y'all see it on the screen, but had a few mini games here. Of course, we had practice mode. But you know, aside from that, I wanted to get into a game and pretty much just, you know, get the feel of how this game works. So when I first started playing, I noticed that this game does a very terrible job telling you what all is what. Now, keep in mind, you know, Madden 07 had the highlight stick, and it was the highlight stick and then the hit stick, which was, I think it's a hit stick 2.0, where you can go up top or go low. But the game doesn't tell you that from the menu standpoint. They pretty much just tell you, oh, okay, well, A is to juke and Y is to stiff arm, and it was so stupid, man. And then, you know, you got on defense, and defense was Y was to jump the snap and A was to adjust the coverage. So I had a little bit of had a few blunders here and there trying to get used to that. But once I finally got used to it, I stumbled upon later on understanding that, okay, so there is an impact stick on NCAA 07, because the game didn't say anything about it. So I just tried it to see what it would do, and of course it was there. So that kind of eased my gameplay experience there. But yeah, man, just seeing how NCAA 07 played, the way I looked at it is like NCAA 07 was a little bit more easier for me, at least I would say, than Madden. Like, the pacing was different, the gameplay was different, the AI played a little different. And I know I said in the video that they kind of mirrored one another. I would say they mirrored one another as far as gameplay mechanics, but they were similar in gameplay, just all around gameplay, from how the AI plays, how they move and stuff like that. So they complemented one another to a degree, but they were indeed similar. They mirrored each other, but they were similar. The gameplay was similar, not the same, but similar. So yeah, man, so just playing this game, man, it really I really got the chance to kind of, like, you know, get the feeling of how NCAA 07 was, and put myself back in that time frame or time zone when NCAA 07 first came out for the 360s. And yeah, man, it was kind of interesting, you know what I mean? Just seeing how the AI moved, and seeing how the blocks worked, and just seeing how to pass the ball and stuff like that, and how the run game worked. And, you know, it was just different. You know, it shows how far we've come as as gamers, especially as like sports gamers, to see where we've all come from, to see how far we have gotten, as far as, you know, technology wise, you know what I mean? Like the different engines, the different player models, graphics, and just so many things, man, you know what I mean? But enough of the gameplay. Let me put that on hold for a second, and let's go bounce over to Dynasty Mode. Now, when I look at Dynasty Mode, of course, NCAA 11 was like my favorite NCAA. That's just what that was. So, as far as the Dynasty Mode, seeing as how this is the first installation on the 360, at that time that was the next gen 360 and PS3s, it was very bare bones. So when you first load it up, of course, you pick your team or whatever, and then you got your in-season recruiting. Now the recruiting was pretty much just, I don't want to say cut and dry, but of course, you had your points. Then you went in there, you set your recruits. And, you know how you normally did it. I would say, however you did it on NCAA 07 on the Xbox and PS2, that's kind of how it transferred over to the 360 version of it. So you got that, and then you have your red shirt. You set your red shirts, and then you set your customization of your schedule, and then pretty much that's about it. You're gonna start your season. So it was very bare bones, I would say, compared to what I know. Now I'm trying not to clown the Dynasty Mode because I know what came after that, but it's very bare bones. And of course, games that were starting out that early, they were indeed very bare bones until they actually started getting more fully fleshed out modes. But as far as the Dynasty Mode goes, I mean, it was okay for its time being. If you look at what all resources that we had, I think the Dynasty Mode was pretty decent. And I'm sure that you were able to transfer over your draft classes, if I'm not mistaken. Now, one mode we didn't have was Road to Glory. Now, we had Superstar Mode, but Road to Glory wasn't on there until I would say NCAA 09. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but I'll see sometime in the future. But we didn't get Road to Glory until later. But as far as Dynasty Mode, man, I think that was I think Dynasty Mode was pretty decent for the time being. But back to the gameplay, yeah, man. Gosh, man, it was a different time, man. It was really cool. It was really cool to actually get a glimpse and step into that time zone or time frame of when sports games were just starting to kind of like bud and break through. So yeah, just revisiting NCAA 07, man. I feel like with College Football 25 coming out, I feel like I think I should go back and really retrace my steps to go look at the roots of how far NCAA has come all the way up to this point. And yeah, man, I appreciate love support y'all showing the videos, man, most definitely. I'm going to get up out of here. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word spread links because you know how I do. But I'm going to get up out of here, man. It's your boy Jay Devon, and I'm signing out. Peace.